Okay, everybody, those of you that are waiting for the web stream, we're just doing our regular sound checking that we have for tonight, so hopefully we can have a good broadcast here this evening. And for those of you that are getting ready for the broadcast, obviously, thank you for joining us here this evening. We're looking forward to serving you with another broadcast, this time between Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River. Should be a fantastic matchup here tonight, so we're hopeful that that's going to work out for you here this evening. And thank you again for joining us here tonight, because we really appreciate it when all of you are with us. So thank you for being here this evening. And again, we'll get going here right around the time that the JV matchup comes to a conclusion. So we'll give you the live mic here for the sound effects. You'll go ahead and just take in what you can see on the camera here throughout the JV matchup, and hopefully we'll come back and bring you the varsity matchup in just a bit. Thank you. Metcalf was able to hold that, but they stayed with the puck back behind the net. Blue got it, took a chance out in front to Zeal with a tap.
When you simplify, you have more time for life. Simplify your life with Hugo's Family Marketplace. No time to run to the grocery store? Hugo's.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department.
This is the KNOX pregame show, brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. Make your vision come to life. This is the KNOX Intermission Report, Presented by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. This is the KNOX Postgame Show. Brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop and Spray Advantage.
Metcalf was able to hold that, but they stayed with the puck back behind the net. Blue got it, took a chance out in front to Zeal with a tap in that will score. Parks out of the shotgun, takes the snap, stepping, looking, back shoulder fade to Mackey, and he catches it for a Red River touchdown.
It's time for the best in local sports coverage with KNOX Live Sports and News Radio 1310 KNOX.
Puck goes free to the high slot, picked up Lovejoy, wrister, and he scores. Reardon working right side, defended the entire way. A stop by Dookie. She looks into J.C. Reardon. The high-low is there.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Live Sports, presented by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales.
Off to the right, down to the doorstep. Hoganson, a backhander, he scores. What a play for Griffin Hoganson.
Let's go live to tonight's presentation.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Red River High School tonight as we get ready for the first crosstown battle in volleyball this season. We've had a crosstown battle already in soccer this year, and now we're set for the Grand Forks Central Knights to make the trip across town to take on the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham with you here tonight from Grand Forks Red River High School, and this matchup will have a little bit of intrigue, maybe more so than we expected. Grand Forks Central's under new leadership. Brand new head coach at Grand Forks Central, obviously graduating some very good players from a year ago, particularly Lauren Reardon, but J.C. Reardon is back to help anchor the front row for this Grand Forks Central Knights team. They haven't had a great look through the season thus far, coming into the ninth. The record of 2-7 on the season. They're looking for something to kind of jumpstart their way into the season, and a great win over a crosstown rival in Grand Forks Red River would be a great way to do it for the Knights. For Grand Forks Red River, a team that probably has a few more weapons than Central, but they're going through some injury issues right now. And one of those is to 6'3" Gabby Usseldinger, who's one of their top hitters at the net, a top blocker as well. And when you lose 6'3" at the high school volleyball level, well, that matters, and it matters a lot coming into tonight, as Red River will have to find a way to scrap through without having Gabby Usseldinger in the front row tonight. There are still plenty of other weapons to turn to for Grand Forks Red River, but the Rough Riders left to twist some offense around after a very successful start to their year that they had in Bismarck, where they went out and won 6 matches in the crossover. They dropped their first Eastern Dakota Conference matchup to Fargo Davies last week. Grand Forks Central hasn't played a conference matchup as of yet. Their lone match in the regular season that wasn't a crossover matchup was against Thompson, and Thompson earned a 3-set sweep over Grand Forks Central last week as well. So you got a couple of teams that are looking to either find out who they're going to be or replace some players, and that means that, well, the level's going to move up a little bit when it comes down to, like we mentioned, the intrigue around this one in our junior varsity matchup just wrapping up, with Grand Forks Central getting the best of it in straight sets over Grand Forks Red River tonight. Promises to be a good one that we have for you coming up here this evening on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Our pregame report tonight brought to you by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And it's also brought to you tonight on KNOX by True North Equipment. True to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations all throughout the Red River Valley. We have our player spotlights coming up. We'll take you through the conference standings, and we'll get ready for a great night of volleyball coming up as well, including our keys to the matchup and the players to watch coming into tonight. We're going to visit with a couple of great players from these teams. J.C. Reardon, one of the top hitters on that Grand Forks Central Knights team, and Lizzie Coons, who will be a big factor tonight for Grand Forks Red River. We have a chance to visit with a couple of wonderful young ladies from Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River in our player spotlights coming up later on in our pregame report. And starting lineups in volleyball not that far away. We're getting going in a hurry tonight. Our countdown to tip-off or first serve tonight brought to you by Mike's Custom Truck of Northwood, and Nelson Auto in Grand Forks has 20 minutes on our warm-up clock right now. So we're going to breeze through our pregame report in a hurry this evening. Grand Forks Central, Grand Forks Red River. It's next on the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
This is the KNOX pregame show. Brought to you by True North Equipment. True to your values, driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. Make your vision come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Tonight, it's Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River set to do battle in this matchup this evening. We're looking forward to bringing you a great matchup tonight from Red River High School, with both teams kind of looking to stabilize their seasons thus far. Our pregame report tonight brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley, your home of the John Deere products you've come to know and love generationally in our area. And they're back with us for another season of our pregame report. True North Equipment gets it started along with Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Custom etching of a number of different materials that they can place on your apparel. They can make your logo pop with metal, wood, plastic, things that perhaps you haven't considered before. They've got vinyl signage as well, along with their custom embroidery and screen printing. Signature Graphics and Apparel near the point in East Grand Forks, bringing you our pregame report tonight. Well, we have an opportunity throughout the course of the year, and a big thank you going out to our administrators that we have at Central and Red River. Tyler Nelson and Tony Bina have done a really, really nice job of keeping us in touch with our athletes at Central and Red River, allowing us to bring you our pregame conversations with both Red River and Central athletes throughout the course of the year. And we'll expand that out as we get a little further into the year with our East Grand Forks athletes and some other athletes from around the area as well. But it's been a lot of fun to visit with them so far throughout the course of the season. We get our pregame report tonight, and our Acme Equipment, Acme Tools conversation started this evening with Lizzie Coons from Grand Forks Red River, one of their top hitters along the net. A great conversation where we get to find out that surfing is part of her hobbies, and we love to ask the students about what classes they like at school. Quite often we get the answer of math. That's okay. Athletes are into math. That means they're doing that and doing more. But Lizzie Coons and her counterpart from Central tonight, J.C. Reardon, great young ladies to visit with. Let's find out about Lizzie Coons in our player spotlight tonight. Our guest that we have today from Grand Forks Red River is Lizzie Coons. She'll join us as our player spotlight for Grand Forks Red River. Lizzie, thank you for being with us here today. And let's talk first of all about how Lizzie Coons found her way into volleyball. If you could go back in time and tell us a bit about what your early experiences were with volleyball, how you found it when you were a young person, and maybe a cool memory that you have from being a kid playing volleyball before it turned into what you are as a Red River Rough Rider now.
I remember starting when I was in like middle school, I think, and I've been a hockey player my whole life, but I joined volleyball and I kind of just fell in love with it, and I joined club and I played for school, and I just tried doing as much as I could just to get better because I just enjoyed it. And I remember my parents being with me, and they would always pepper with me in the yard or something anytime I wanted to just get some reps with the ball.
Is there some crossover between hockey and volleyball that I'm not familiar with? Is there a skill set that translates over, or is it brand new for you?
No, it was definitely different. I have 3 brothers, and all 3 of them played hockey as well, so I kind of just grew up with that. And then I just decided to try volleyball, and I picked that.
Well, we're certainly happy that you did. So when you're not playing volleyball, hockey, obviously athletes that are multi-sport athletes, they really spend a lot of time around it. But when you're in your study group, when you're taking care of things academically, tell us about Lizzie Coons, the student. What's your favorite subject? What do you like to do when you're in school?
I I don't mind like some English if we're like writing. I kind of enjoy that sometimes depending on what I have to write about. And math I feel like has always just come easily to me. So that I don't mind that either.
We've heard from a lot of athletes so far that they like math, and English is not exactly something they dive into, particularly the literature thing. Lizzie, you're not alone in that regard. Let's talk about your hobbies. Obviously, you don't have a lot of free time either just because of school and sports and things like that. But when you do have free time, summer, whatever the case may be, what do you like to spend time doing when you're not being an athlete and you're not being a student?
Over the summer, my favorite thing is going to the lake, and I just spend every weekend there with friends and family. And my favorite thing to do at the lake is surfing. So we just spend the days, go on the boat, surf, have fun with all that. Anything to do at the lake, really.
I'll tell you what, it sounds pretty good considering the weather that we're going to have coming up here. We'll all be remembering that coming up in just a little bit. Finally, let's wrap up with this, Lizzie. You're a Rough Rider. You have a great set of teammates that you're playing with right now, and obviously you get to play at a great school. So tell us what it means to you to be a Rough Rider, or what it means to you to play with this group of players that you get to be with tonight.
I mean, it's so special. I've been playing with a bunch of these girls for multiple years, and I've grown up with some of them and watched them get better, and we've grown together as a team. And I think this year has been a lot different from previous years. I think that we really just connect a lot more as a team, and I'm really looking forward to what this season brings for us.
Our player spotlight with Grand Forks Red River this evening, and Lizzie Coons, our player spotlight tonight, a 6-foot hitter that we'll have a chance to watch for Grand Forks Red River this evening. She was pleasant to visit with, as will her counterpart, J.C. Reardon, be when we have a chance to go to our central player spotlight coming up in just a bit. Before we take our next break, let's tell you what's on the line as this matchup gets started tonight with Drive for the Title this evening. Drive for the Title here on KNOX shows that Fargo Davies, a very familiar name when it comes down to volleyball, is off to a 2-0 start this season. 6-2 overall. They got a win over Grand Forks Red River in the last matchup inside the league. West Fargo playing a marathon with Cheyenne. More on that in a second. They're 1-0 and 6-1. Shanley gets a win. They're 4-3 on the season now, 1-0 inside the conference. Cheyenne, Horace, each 1-1 in the year. Central, no record in the league as of yet. Red River, Fargo South, each 0-1. North is 0-2. You can see the matchups tonight, and the 4 matchups below Central and Red River are all outdoor matchups that we'll have tonight in Fargo. That's a great concept that they have for outdoor volleyball, where they're going to feature the outdoor play coming up tonight with 4 different matchups, actually matches throughout the course of the day, along with matchups coming up this evening. Now, previous matchups that we had in the conference, you could see that marathon. West Fargo defeating West Fargo Cheyenne 3-2. Every set was decided by 2 points, and 2 of those sets went extra points. Unbelievable regular season matchup between West Fargo and West Fargo Cheyenne to start things off in conference play. Also 3-2 near the bottom of your screen, Shanley over North. That one was a healthy matchup, Shanley winning the decisive set 15-10. Horace blanks Fargo South. Davies a 3-0 win over Red River, and again with an injured Gabby Useldinger, going to be tough to put up that fight up front. And Thompson with a 3-0 sweep over Grand Forks Central as well to get things started inside the league. And that is a look, or I should say rather, inside the regular season. That's a look at Drive for the Title tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, our player spotlight with Grand Forks Central's J.C. Reardon, a fun young lady to talk to. She's made a lot of plays happen throughout the course of the year. Our player spotlights tonight brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools. They're your Kubota dealers with a full line of Kubota products to help you do your very best work. You can find their Kubota products on their lot across from Simplot in Grand Forks on Gateway. If it's time for a do-it-yourself tool, they've got all of them that you're looking for. Their main tool store on North Washington in Grand Forks. They bring you our player spotlights here tonight. This is our coverage of high school volleyball. It's Central and Red River this evening on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We're back with more after this.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
This is the KNOX pregame show, brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, driven by you, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Make your vision come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight in the Rivards Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. It's our pregame report this evening, brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations in the region, and Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Ryan Cunningham with you here tonight. Joey Springer will be our videographer again this evening. It's a pleasure to have you with us from Red River High School as the Rough Riders get set to take on Grand Forks Central. And yes, it's going to be a fun night tonight for volleyball, and we're hopefully going to have another fun night coming up on Thursday when Central's at home to take on West Fargo Cheyenne. And join us on Friday night as well here on KNOX Live Sports. It's football. Grand Forks Central, Dickinson. The Knights are up to number 3 this week in the state class AA football poll. Red River is currently 4th. They go to Minot North, the top-ranked team in North Dakota. We'll have Central and Dickinson coming up for you on Friday night. Well, it's part 2 of our conversation with our players here this evening. And Gabby Useldinger, a fantastic young lady to talk to. We'll be getting to her coming up a little bit later in the year for Grand Forks Red River. Sydney Tollefson will be speaking with her from Grand Forks Central coming up as well. Earlier tonight, we had a chance to visit with Lizzie Coons of Red River, and our player spotlight now turns to Grand Forks Central, where J.C. Reardon, a very nice hitter, a very nice athlete. We've watched her in a few different sports, basketball, soccer, and volleyball. She had a chance to join us for our pregame conversation tonight as well. We find out that her hobbies include going out for food with friends at the Red Pepper. That's one of the things that she mentioned liking to do, and also swimming in the pool when she's away from athletics, and she loves being a Grand Forks Central Knight. Those comments in our player spotlight with J.C. Reardon of Grand Forks Central tonight. And J.C. Reardon is a Grand Forks Central Knights hitter up in that front row that we've had a chance to watch for the last few years. Now J.C.'s the only Reardon that's going to be up there, and I'm guessing that's going to be a little different feel. We'll talk to her about that coming up here in just a second. But J.C., first of all, thank you for joining us, and we always like to ask when we get started, tell us about some early memories that you have here with volleyball. How did you find this sport when you were a younger person, and maybe a cool memory that you might have of one of those first things you remember playing in a volleyball match, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I started playing volleyball in 5th grade. I did a club team, and then I've done club teams since the spring. And I tried out, I was playing Schrader volleyball, and then I've done Central volleyball since. And I would just say some of the earliest memories is just middle school volleyball, where you just kind of rotate and play every single position I think that was like most fun because you just got to experience everything. And I would say that's probably my best memory of volleyball is just getting to play with my friends growing up and getting the journey along the way to come here.
And I'll tell you what, it's been fun to watch you in a couple of different sports at Grand Forks Central, but with volleyball, one of the interesting aspects was that we had a chance to watch you play with your sister as well. What was that like being able to play volleyball in a varsity sport with your sister?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm sure it's more fun for our parents and family who got to see both of us at the same time. But there was like it was a good connection to have like a front row just and after games and stuff to just kind of debrief about everything without having to like stay out late or do it with a friend or anything. But yeah, it was a lot of fun getting to play with her for the past 3 years, 4 years.
It was fun to watch you together. Now it's going to be fun to watch you play tonight and sort of shore up that front row that's up there for Central. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you do academically. We like to find out about the student in our player features as well. So tell us a bit about what you like to study in school, maybe your favorite subject, that kind of thing.
Okay. I like to do a lot of, as of now, I like to do AP and dual credit classes so I can kind of get those out of the way for college. But I'm really interested in graphic arts. So I've taken 2 years of graphic arts, and then I also like to do art classes. So I'm in art 2 now, and I've done like 3D sculpture classes before. Those are probably like my favorite like electives, like the graphic arts, art classes. But I also enjoy doing math, and I really liked my psychology class that I took. Those
Very
kind of
nice.
things.
Very nice. Well, thank you for that. That's, I mean, obviously having some people in the graphic arts, we like that around here because we're venturing into that with video all the time. Maybe we're going to see you down the road. How about some hobbies though, JC? I mean, you can't spend all of your time going to school and playing sports, even though with you watching you play soccer and that type of thing, you'd probably like to do that, basketball as well. But when you've got some free time, what do you like to do with your hobbies?
Yeah, I really like to swim in our pool and have like my cousins over. I love to hang out with my friends, and hanging out with my friends usually consists of just going to Red Pepper or getting food. But I also like to go fishing or traveling, just even if it's like a day trip to Fargo or Bemidji or those kind of places.
Getting out and exploring. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
And let's finish up today with what it is that it means for you to be a Grand Forks Central Knight and play with the group of players that you have. We've asked you a bit about playing with your sister, but obviously this is your senior year. You've got classmates that are on this team and people that you've played with for a while as well. Plus, you've got the banner of being a Grand Forks Central Knight with you. So what do those aspects mean to you?
I'm beyond proud to be a Central Knight. It's an honor. Like, I love the tradition. I love the everything about Central. And on top of that, I've been playing with these girls. There's 9 seniors, so I've been playing with these girls since middle school. I remember in middle school, I was talking about how excited we were to all be seniors together, and it's crazy that we're already in this moment. But it's so much fun to play with all these girls that I've played with growing up and my best friends. And I'm super proud to be a Central Knight and get to represent Central on the court and academically and everything.
J.C. Reardon, our player spotlight tonight from Grand Forks Central, joining us on our pregame report as we continue with our player spotlights throughout the course of the year. And our thanks to Acme Equipment and Acme Tools for bringing you our player spotlights tonight. Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealers in Grand Forks. We have a break to take. We'll come back, introduce you to the players to watch in this one, get ready for starting lineups and volleyball tonight from Red River High School. It's the Rough Riders and the Knights. Should be a fun one this evening, the crosstown battle in volleyball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We're back with more next.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our number one.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job. If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
National anthem coming to a conclusion tonight, performed by the Velvetones and the Manitones here at Grand Forks Red River, and that'll get us ready for volleyball tonight. We welcome you to our coverage of high school volleyball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. And again, our pregame report tonight brought to you by our friends at True North Equipment. True to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley, and brought to you this evening by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. Well, a reminder to you that tonight's going to be interesting. Both of these teams have got some issues that they have to try to figure out. For Grand Forks Red River, we have some injuries to deal with tonight. Gabby Useldinger will not be able to start in the front row tonight, and that is a huge loss for Red River. A 6'3 blocker, a 6'3 hitter, very athletic. She's capable of doing a lot of things. When she gets back, Red River will be different. For Central, they have some players that are settling into some new roles, but they have some familiar faces, including J.C. Reardon going through the front row tonight. That'll be a familiar face. Sydney Tollefson from an opposite position, but tonight it's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, the lights have gone out here at Grand Forks Red River as they get ready to introduce the starting lineups for tonight's matchup, bringing a little extra excitement into the arena that we have for you here tonight. All right, let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. The visitors are the Grand Forks Central Knights this evening. Starting at center is Brooklyn Strom, a 5'7 senior. The opposite hitter tonight is Sydney Tollefson, a 5'8 senior. The outside hitters are Julia Bybee, a 5'4 senior, and Marley Euler, a 5'7 junior. Tonight at middle will be J.C. Reardon, a 5'11 senior, and Kiana Heminger, a 5'11 junior. And the new head coach of Grand Forks Central Volleyball is Darwin Kasperitz. He's assisted by Lexi Stein. Tonight, starting lineup for Grand Forks Red River. Starting center this evening will be Avi Johnson, a 5'11 junior. Opposite hitter is Paige Anderson, a 5'10 junior. Also at opposite tonight, rather an outside hitter, my apologies, will be Lizzie Coons, a 6' senior, and London Flanagan, a 5'9 junior. Marin Gothberg will get a start tonight at the middle position, a 5'10 sophomore, and Carson Grube will start it outside tonight as well, a 5'9 junior for Carolyn Olson, the head coach of the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. And that's how we get ready to start this one. Our coverage of tonight's matchup is brought to you by PS Garage Doors, serving the region since 1974. PS Garage Doors is ready for you, where the PS stands for perfect service. If you need perfect service on your garage door, any make and model of garage door, they have it for you at PS Garage Doors. Give them a call. The number is 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors, bringing you our coverage of the matchup tonight. Again, we want to thank our premier sports partners. They include Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find them online at rivards.com. It was so important this year to do business with Rivard's. With the different growing conditions that we had throughout the year, that's the advantage you get from Rivard's. They have the opportunity to mix and match their seed varieties for the growing conditions in our region. It's not one and done like the big box stores. And Grand Trailer Sales, your home for all things trailer. In East Grand Forks, you'll find them on Highway 2 East in East Grand Forks. Whether it's a trailer replacement, whether it's a trailer service, they can get you moving again and moving the right way at Grand Trailer Sales. Central will check in Piper Severson, a 5'3 junior, as their starting libero for tonight's matchup. And Red River set in the black on our left here this evening, and Grand Forks Central is in the maroon on our right here tonight, and the Knights will be serving to start the night. Marley Euler will step back through the serving for Grand Forks Central. Let's get underway with some high school volleyball tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. It's a service error, and the point will go to Grand Forks Central, or rather Red River, and the Knights will take a 1-0 lead. Rotation for Red River, and Lizzie Coons. Rather not Lizzie Coons, Carson Groob stepping back to do the serving. Ball will be set towards the outside with Tollefson actually on the right side for Tollefson on their first play. Out of the back row, Groob taken up back in the back by Piper Severson to a free ball. We're going to see a whistle, an illegal attack or an illegal block that's going to be called against Grand Forks Central. Point will go to Red River, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Rough Riders. Crowds getting into it tonight, like it. We've got a good crowd for this one tonight for a regular season volleyball matchup. Groob serving, again back row, tough pass from Piper Severson. She's got it back on the attack line, and we'll send it over. London Flanagan first touch to the outside. Coons will score. First kill of the night, Lizzie Coons will come up with a kill and make it 3-0 in favor of the Rough Riders. Groob stepping back to serve for Grand Forks Red River. And the serve again, a line drive near corner. That one's wide. Service error against Grand Forks Red River. Knights will get a point, and they'll be back within 2 by a score of 3-1. And this will bring J.C. Reardon into the matchup. She was a starter, stepped out for the libero. And now we'll see libero Piper Severson stepping back to serve for the Knights. Severson serve, a good one to the back row. Groob making the pass. Set back to the right side, some miscommunication. Paige Anderson standing. Will send it over. Reardon in the middle. Groob able to dig it up, sent it back to the net. They tried to kill a free ball, did Central. It was Reardon that saved it on second contact. Back set to the right, an attack going court wide from Paige Anderson. Knights with it, Reardon a slide, whistle, they're gonna get it for illegal contact, they roll. Making 4-1 lead for Grand Forks Red River. Tom Stokey, our number one tonight on the ladder, says that was illegal contact and caught J.C. Reardon for sliding into a ball that perhaps she pushed rather than hit. And the Riders will serve with Marin Gothberg stepping back through the serving. Good line drive serve. Passed out of the back row by Euler. Reardon has to make a save. Out on the near side of the floor. This will be set back to Coons. Deep push. She'll score down the sideline. Lizzie Coons with her second kill here tonight. And Grand Forks Red River takes a 5-1 lead in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You'll see a good set to Coons. She had the sideline to work with and pushed it back to the corner. And Grand Forks Red River takes a 4-point lead, and Central receiving serve in some trouble. Back to the net, Brooklyn Euler, actually Brooklyn Strom sends over a free ball. That'll be wide. Point will go to Red River, and it's 6-1 in favor of the Rough Riders. Darwin Kasperitz out on the floor right now for the Knights, but reluctant to call a timeout as Marin Gothberg will serve again for Grand Forks Red River. Set to the outside and getting through and scoring J.C. Reardon for Red River. Good swing for J.C. Reardon, her first opportunity to attack tonight, and she comes to the outside pin to do it. On our American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, there's the benefit of getting a good pass, and Reardon from the outside just defeats a block, and Grand Forks Red River will cut the lead to 4 at 6-2. Red River receiving serve. Grube will make the pass. Coons again outside, too long. And the point will go to Central in the air. Or are they going to change the call? They put a point on the board for Red River there, but it looks like they're going to take it off. I think they indicated that the point was going to Red River, and Tom Stokey, our R1, saying, no, on me, may have indicated the wrong way. Grand Forks Red River gets the point. Oh, I'm sorry, Grand Forks Central gets the point. And that will make it 6-3 in favor of the Rough Riders. Back set to the right pin for Red River. Paige Anderson attacking. Long run to get there for Tollefson, but she was able to pull it off. Bybee sends it over for Central up front. Flanagan defeating a block and score. Glendon Flanagan with her first kill tonight. Riders back up by 4 by a score of 7-3 here in the first set. And the Riders will send Jessica Johnson, a junior setter, into the matchup. She'll come on to replace Paige Anderson up front. And the serve on the way coming in from Jessica Johnson. Back out to the near side. Reardon on the outside is blocked into a joust at the net. Central can't cover. London Flanagan teaming up on that play with Avi Johnson for the block. Flanagan likely going to get most of it. 5-point lead for Red River by a score of 8-3 on our all-true scoreboard. And the Riders set to serve again. Low line drive serve. That'll be an ace out of the back. Big serve that time for Jessica Johnson. Up on his feet, head coach Darwin Kasperich of Grand Forks Central, coaching up the team. Again, reluctant to take that timeout early in the opening set. Johnson serving again, another line drive. Severson lays out to get to it. They go back to the right side to Central. Bybee sending it over. Red River trying to cover. They cannot. Tough pass, put the ball into the net. Jessica Johnson ran into it. And Carolyn Olson, the head coach of the Rough Riders, up to talk about the call on the near side of the net. She apparently is okay with the call. It seemed like they violated the center line, I believe is probably what the call was. And our officials just trying to get that call out there. And it's 9-4, Grand Forks Red River with a 5-point lead as Central serves. Kuhn stepping back to make the pass, off to the right pin, attack error coming from Avi Johnson. And the Knights are back within 4 by a score of 9-5. So Grand Forks Central trying to drive back into this thing after being down by a handful of points early. Bybee stepping back to serve for Central. And the serve on the way. Backing up to get to this was Grube. It'll be back set towards the middle of the floor. And Avi Johnson has to free ball it over for Grand Forks Red River. Reardon up front. That's down. J.C. Reardon with her second kill tonight. The Knights have cut a big lead down to 3, 9-6. Grand Forks Central trying to get some momentum, and the Central crowd that's below us, J.C. Reardon. Serve on the way again. Carson Grube with the pass. Good pass. They set middle. Flanagan running at it. Tips and scores in the middle. London Flanagan has her second kill and goal to block tonight. Lead back to 4 by a score of 10-6 Rough Riders. And Central will make a change as Hallie Kohlmeyer will come into the matchup tonight for the Knights. Central lineup might have been a little out of sorts. We'll take a look at the players to watch as Kohlmeyer backing up, can't get to this. It'll be 11-6 on the ace for Grand Forks Red River. Tools of the game tonight brought to you by Logan Karski, your State Farm Insurance representative. You can see J.C. Reardon, Sydney Tollefson. We've seen them both for Central. Rowan Olmstead expected. Haven't seen her in the starting lineup tonight, as a pass is going to end up back over on the Red River side of the floor. And of course, Gabby Useldinger is missing for a contact foul coming up against Carson Grube, put one into the net. Useldinger missing, Lizzie Coons and Carson Grube, we've seen them, but Grand Forks Central even using a junior varsity player, Kiana Heminger, was listed as a starter tonight for the Knights as a middle. State Farm Insurance representative Logan Karski bringing you our game tools tonight. Logan Karski new to Grand Forks and ready to put together a pregame plan for your coverage as J.C. Reardon serves up an ace for Grand Forks Central. And the Knights once again have closed the gap to 3. Home Auto, Life Health, all of it can be protected with Logan Karski, your State Farm Insurance representative. Central ready to serve again. J.C. Reardon with a jump serve, hard jump serve, tough pass, ace. J.C. Reardon with her second ace tonight. Lead cut to 2, and J.C. Reardon making it look good with the jump serve right now. Lead is 2 at 11-9, and the Riders will make a change. Chloe Groven, a 5'2 defensive specialist / libero, will step into the matchup. Reardon stands ready. Serve on the way. Hard jump serve. That'll be a service error. Second tonight by Grand Forks Central. Lead back to 3 for Grand Forks Red River by a score of 12-9. And we'll see a step back for Grand Forks Red River in the form of London Flanagan to do the serving for the Rough Riders. We do get a media stoppage tonight. First team to 15. They'll bring us to a media timeout. Serve on the way by Flanagan. Good pass by Marley Euler to keep this playable. Euler back to the net, tiptoeing to stay on her side as she sent it over. Meanwhile, a tough attack, backing up on the ball for Avi Johnson. Can't get it across. And the Rider lead has been trimmed to 2 at 12-10. Really fast start tonight for Grand Forks Red River, but the Knights right now back within 2. And Carolyn Olson using the opportunity of a Central substitution to coach up Avi Johnson, who right now is seeming to function as the right side hitter for Central. Meanwhile, for Red River, Brooklyn Strom comes back in for Central to serve. Carson Grube tipping towards the middle. Good reach to get to that for Strom. Back to the near side, defeating a block on that play. Euler comes back to the Central side of the net. We're going to see a fore contact or a net contact. It'll be a net fault against Red River's Maren Gothberg. Gothberg called in the net. Lead is trimmed to 1 for Red River at 12-11. Central has fought their way back into the matchup. But a service error, their third, will push the lead back to 2 for the Rough Riders. Brooklyn Strom commits the error. Riders will make a change. Jessica Johnson will step off the floor for Red River, and this will bring Paige Anderson back into the matchup. Avi Johnson will go back to the serving for Grand Forks Red River. Back row, Piper Severson getting to this. They'll push to the right side, and attack error down for Marley Euler. That makes it 14-11. Grand Forks Red River by 3. So the Riders will step back and serve with a 3-point lead in the middle of this opening set. Johnson serving again. Good line drive serve. Pass from Hallie Kohlmeyer. They'll set middle, and a tip coming up from Heminger. She'll score. Kiana Heminger getting an opportunity to play tonight off the junior varsity roster. She was a big factor in that junior varsity matchup. Central won that matchup 2-0. And she comes up with a kill here for Central's varsity team to cut the Rider lead down to 2. Serve on the way from Marley Euler. Pass comes from Johnson. Now up the front, that'll be Carson Grube that knocks it down. Grube gets into the act with her first kill tonight. And that should bring us to our media stoppage that we have here this evening, here in the opening set. Well, apparently we're not going to get it, or are we? That's 15. That'll bring us to the media timeout, I believe. We were set, first team to 15 gets the media. Now our officials are going to get together and discuss it. And it will be our media timeout. So it'll be our media stoppage tonight here in the opening set. 15-12 your score. Grand Forks Red River leading Grand Forks Central by 3. We have our media timeout with Central leading, or rather trailing by 3. Our coverage continues next. Our media stoppage brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region, and brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned and operated promotional shop in Grand Forks. Riders by 3. We're back with more in a moment.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades, or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Avi Johnson serving for Grand Forks Red River out of the stoppage. Attack and score off the left pin. Julia Bybee from the outside. Bybee has her first kill tonight. Leaders so far here tonight, J.C. Reardon, 2 kills, 2 aces for Central. For Red River, 2 kills and a block for London Flanagan. Lizzie Coons with 2 kills. And it's a 2-point matchup here in the opening set. As we see a serve stepping back from Piper Severson. Attack from the attack line by Coons. That's tipped. Lizzie Coons will get her 3rd kill tonight for Red River. Riders lead 16-13 on our All-True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you tonight by All-True. Regular screenings with All-True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org. Call 780-5000. Maren Gothberg serving for Grand Forks Red River. Ball stays in the back row. Marley Euler will send it back over. First play coming from Grube. Right side attack from Johnson. Be covered up out of the back row. Free ball coming in from Marley Euler for Grand Forks Central. Up front, London Flanagan tipping. Heminger was able to get a pass on this. Reardon keeps it afloat. Free ball saves it for Central. Ball will be set back to Coons on the outside trying to go deep. Good play by Marley Euler to get a dig on it and keep it afloat. And a twisting attack from the attack line. Covered by Red River on a deflection and saved from Avi Johnson. Reardon defeats a block and score. 3rd kill tonight for J.C. Reardon after a couple of big plays to save the play. 1 for each side. And the Knights are back within 2 of Grand Forks Red River at 16-14 as Rowan Olmstead steps into the back row to serve for the Knights. So Olmstead set to serve for Grand Forks Central with the Knights down 2 in the opening set after trailing big early in the matchup. Pass coming from Grube, set Avi Johnson on the right pin, tip, that's going to score. Avi Johnson getting in the act of the kill. And a change will be made by Red River as the Riders will send Paige Anderson out. Jessica Johnson will come in to take her spot in the back row and set. Seems as though Avi Johnson, back row player, gonna set. Front row player gonna hit. So they'll use her around. Kind of that modified 5-2. It's a service error by Grand Forks Red River. You've got the 5-1 setter all the way around. You got the 6-2, 2 setters. Each is always in the back row, but once in a while you've got that combo player. That's what Avi Johnson is. She's a setter and an opposite. So when she's in the front row, she's gonna go play the right pin. And you'll bring the setter in the back row, and that's the substitution. Avi Johnson attacking and scoring. 2nd kill tonight for Avi Johnson. Lead back to 3 at 18-15 for Grand Forks Red River. Lizzie Coons will step back to serve for the Rough Riders. She was fun to visit with tonight. And Coons will serve. Line drive serve out of the back row, picked up out of the back by Hallie Kohlmeyer. Big attack down the near sideline, score for Marley Euler. Euler getting a chance to attack. She hasn't had a lot of good opportunities that have been sent to her so far tonight, so it's good to see her get into the action here tonight and have an opportunity to get a good swing at a good ball. She does there, and the Knights are again back within 2 at 18-16, but another service error. This one coming from J.C. Reardon. Sometimes you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Reardon's going to be an aggressive server. That's 4 service errors for Grand Forks Central tonight. When you're in a 3-point matchup in the first set, those numbers add up. London Flanagan ready to step back and serve for Red River. Flanagan serve, Kohlmeyer trying to take it. Long run for Severson to save it. She did. Another big play. Sydney Tollefson free balls and keeps this alive. Grube from the outside hits the far sideline. Carson Grube with her 2nd kill tonight. And Grand Forks Red River will take a 20-16 lead. They're the first to 20. This is Carson Grube on the outside. Always a productive position in a Carolyn Olsen guided offense, and a big play to get Red River to 20. Put them up by 4, and here's a battle at the net that will turn into a block for Grand Forks Red River. Maren Gothberg will pick up a block. And the lead is up to 5 at 21-16. 5-point lead for Grand Forks Red River on the All-True scoreboard here in the first set. They're trying to pull away. Serve from London Flanagan. Pass from Euler. This works up front row. Sydney Tollefson has an opportunity to get a lead off the net to keep it afloat. Avi Johnson is blocked. Ball's pushed back immediately from Jessica Johnson, and a free ball will save it. Rowan Olmstead sent it across. Back to the middle again. A tip coming across from Gothberg. It's be covered, and Euler trying to tip, put it too short and into the net. Lead up to 6 for Red River at 22-16. Boy, still pacing that sideline, Darwin Kasperitz, but still reluctant to take that timeout tonight. Lead 6, 22-16. London Flanagan to serve. Good hard line drive serve. Kohlmeyer back row for Central. Tollefson a good swing. Lizzie Coons made a dig of it. Grube from the outside sends it down. Carson Grube has 3. Lead is 7 at 23-16. Grand Forks Red River up 7 here in the opening set. And London Flanagan serving to try to put Red River in match, or actually I should say set point territory. She'll commit the 3rd service error of Grand Forks Red River's night. Change will be made as Kiana Heminger will come into the matchup.
Number 9, Brooklyn Strong, and number 17, Kiana Heminger.
And we'll see a change for Grand Forks Central. Going back to serve will be Brooklyn Strom coming back into the back row for the Knights. Lead is 6, 23-17 for Grand Forks Red River. Coons reaching out to make a pass. Grube tipping. It's be covered out of the far side by Brooklyn Strom. Back to the outside for Euler. That was touched. That'll be a point for Grand Forks Central. 23-18. Grand Forks Red River's lead cut to 5. And Grand Forks Central serving again. Back row, Lizzie Coons. Back to the right pin. Little tip from Avi Johnson. Piper Severson was there to cover it. Up front, Tollefson attacking. That's back row and a score. Sydney Tollefson will get her first kill tonight. So it's 23-19. And Grand Forks Central serving again as they've cut a big 7-point lead down to 4. A run towards the middle of the net for Red River's Marin Gothberg. It's be kept back near side. Euler having to save this on a free ball. Gothberg was there. Set far pin. Grube mishit that. That's going to be outside the antenna. And a point for Grand Forks Central. Lead cut to 3 at 23-20. Central has closed the gap when it looked like Red River was pulling away. The Knights have found a serving run from Brooklyn Strom and some struggles passing from Grand Forks Red River. Grube on the outside of the net. That's an error. Lead to 2, 23-21. We see 2 coaches tonight. We know this about Red River's Carolyn Olson. She's always very reluctant to use timeouts. Darwin Kasperitz hasn't used one tonight either, and so it's been a pretty patient sideline for both teams here this evening. Lizzie Coons out of the back row making the pass. Grube attacking, defeating a block and scoring. Carson Grube has got 4 kills in the opening set. It's set point for Grand Forks Red River. Rough Riders leading by a score of 24-21 on the all-true scoreboard, and the Riders have a chance to close out the set. And Avi Johnson will step in to do the serving for Grand Forks Red River, trying to close it out for the Rough Riders. Johnson ready, serve on the way. Taken by Hallie Kohlmeyer, pushed back up front. Good pass to the right side. Euler trying to attack, that was blocked. It's back on Central side. Tollefson will turn it away. Sydney Tollefson with her second kill tonight, not so fast. Grand Forks Red River. Lead cut to 2 at 24-22, and things start to get awfully interesting if Central brings down the next play. Serve on the way. Johnson down to make a pass. Actually, she went and got it. It was Grube that made the pass. Flanagan will send it over. So we set near side pin. Peterson was blocked. Jessica Johnson was blocked. Red River has it back off the block. Grube will tip to the middle. Long run to get there. That'll score. Carson Grube with her 5th kill will put it away. And Grand Forks Red River wins a hard-fought first set. 25-22 on the all-true scoreboard. That'll make it 1-0 in favor of the Rough Riders as we make our way to the second. We have a timeout for Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region, and a timeout for Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-operated promotional shop in Grand Forks. This is Central and Red River Volleyball tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on pick 6, my mouth going yap yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
This is the KNOX Intermission Report, presented by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight, the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. Our intermission report brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Central and Red River Riders take the opening set by a score of 25-22. Let's take a look back through it in that opening set. Lizzie Coons getting going early for Grand Forks Red River in a run early where they built up a big lead, but Grand Forks Central would come crawling back into the matchup and then sprinting back into it. J.C. Reardon waiting for an opportunity, the outside pin, defeating a block in that opening set, starting the comeback trail. Late in the matchup, though, Riders leading by 3. Carson Grube on her way to 4 kills tonight. She comes up with a big play there, and Grand Forks Red River takes the opening set by a score of 25-22. Individual numbers, Carson Grube with 5 kills, Lizzie Coons with 3, J.C. Reardon had 3 kills, 2 aces, Sydney Tollefson 2 kills for Grand Forks Central in the opening set. And that is your intermission summary tonight, and it's brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Avi Johnson will serve to start the second for Grand Forks Red River, and an errant received that time from Central's Julia Bybee. It'll be an ace that's served up for Avi Johnson. Johnson, a pair of kills and an ace in the opening set tonight for the Riders. And Johnson will step back to serve again. You can see a great crowd across the way in that shot. Red out for Grand Forks Red River. Did a nice job of packing up their home gym tonight. Piper Severson sending one over on a free ball for the Knights. Up front, an attack from Maren Goffberg gets through. First kill tonight for Maren Goffberg makes it 2-0 Riders here in the second. Talk about our keys to the matchup coming up here in just a couple of moments. They change a little bit with the absence of Gabby Useldinger for Grand Forks Red River. Avi Johnson serving. Pass comes up to the front of the net, and it's going to be a tough play. Net contact coming up for Brooklyn Strom. Shoulder went into the net. Keys to the matchup brought to you tonight by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Find that blocking presence for Grand Forks Red River. With the loss of Gabby Useldinger, they're looking to find someone that'll get up there and do some blocking. Tonight might not have been as important as normal. And balance at the net, and they've done that. They've gone right pin, outside pin, middle. For Central, trying to extend rallies, particularly in the back row, keep the ball going over. And J.C. Reardon getting active early. And the Knights did do some of that to get things started tonight. Not quite enough, but they did some of that to get things started tonight. 4-1 for the Riders after a service error by Grand Forks Red River. And the Knights will get the serve back. It'll be Marley Euler, fourth service error tonight for Red River, and Euler will serve up an ace.
Ace for Euler.
Makes it 4-2. Euler and the Knights back within a couple here in the second set. Riders winning the opener, 25-22 here tonight. And Euler ready to serve. London Flanagan reaches out to make the pass. Set middle, big attack by Grube. She'll get through a block, and Carson Grube's having a night. 6 kills tonight for Carson Grube. Riders lead by a score of 5-2 here in the second. Avi Johnson and Carson Grube. Grube stepping back to do the serving. Jessica Johnson has this from the outside, getting through a block and scoring. Rather, Julia Bybee, my apologies, folks. Julia Bybee with her second kill tonight. So Bybee makes it 5-3. Rider lead checked back down to 2. Riders go to Fargo South coming up on Thursday night. Central will be at home with West Fargo Cheyenne. That's an ace. No one stepping in to take that one up. And the libero, Piper Severson, comes up with an ace. And the lead is cut to 1 by a score of 5-4. Severson will step back to serve. Cheyenne's having a run right now with a very talented team. Lizzie Kuhn stepping back to make the play. Kuhn's from the attack line. Severson trying to pass, could not dig it up. And a kill for Lizzie Kuhn's will be her 4th tonight. Ran through the crossover. They graduated a couple of unanimous all EDC selections from the EDC champion last year. And what'd they do? Come right back and win the crossover, and they're just a monster. But West Fargo got them 3-2 in that regular season match inside the conference, but every set went extra points, or 5, actually down to a 2-point lead. 2 of the sets went extras, but every set was decided by 2 points. 6-5 your score as Central gets a point back after Red River collapses defensively. The Riders will send Lauren Endress in, a 5'6" junior defensive specialist. She'll come on to play Maren Gothberg. We wait for the substitution, and Endress will come into the matchup. Red River is playing without a libero tonight. So we were told Jessica Johnson may play that position, but they didn't go that direction. And Rowan Olmstead serving for Grand Forks Central. Rough Riders try to keep it alive. Endress will send it over. Severson is there. Back to the near side. Attack too long coming from Julia Bybee. And the point will go to Red River. But in visiting with Carolyn Olson tonight, she said, no, there won't be a libero unless we start a different way. And Jessica Johnson was the player that had kind of been targeted for that. Both Lauren Endress and Chloe Groven are listed as possible liberos on the Red River lineup. Serve on the way coming in from Jessica Johnson for Red River. Central with it, Reardon at the net, getting through in the middle. A cover coming over to the near side for Red River's Johnson. Big attack from Lizzie Coons is down. Coons now with 5 kills tonight. 8-5 your score. Grand Forks Red River back up 3. And we'll see Red River stepping back to serve in what's been kind of a grind it out, side out type of second set. Reardon at the net, into the net, 4 contacts. Point will go to Red River. Darwin Kasperitz up, walking towards the near side and talking with J.C. Reardon. I think the crowd from Central wanted a block on that, but it looked pretty clear that there wasn't a touch on the Red River side of that play. Marley Euler into a second contact try up front. Rowan Olmstead getting a kill tonight. So Rowan Olmstead steps into a play, makes the dump as the setter, and comes up with her first kill. Gets a nice little push from J.C. Reardon in celebration. And the lead is cut to 3, 9-6 after 15 rallies of the second set. A step back out of the back row by Coons, off to the right side. Avi Johnson attacking and scoring for Red River. 3 kills tonight for Avi Johnson. Riders back up 4 by a score of 10-6, and Hallie Kohlmeyer will step on for Central. Friday night football back here on KNOX Live Sports. Central Dickinson. Should be a great matchup. Couple of teams that are getting statewide recognition. Kohlmeyer attacking out of the back row. Endress runs it down for Red River. It's saved off the net that time by Johnson and was sent over by London Flanagan. Red River has it back again from Central. They'll set middle. Flanagan defeating a block from Reardon. Reardon was able to cover. Comes out near side for Euler. A step up for Johnson to cover. And off the far side, an attack coming in from Carson Grube. Severson lays out to get that. Euler trying to save a ball, did. Right onto the near sideline, we play on. Grube outside pin, block, she covers her own. Comes back to Johnson, back to Grube, this time in the middle. Whistle, point goes to Central on net contact. Carolyn Olson asks about a call on the near side of the floor. I think she thought the return from Red River, or rather from Central, had missed on the near antenna, but she will not get that call. And J.C. Reardon will step back to serve, not jump serving, but made another service error. That'll be the 5th tonight for Central. Surprised that J.C. has stepped away from the jump serve. She had a really good run with the jump serve earlier. Endress will step out for Red River, and we'll see the change with Maren Gothberg coming back to the front row as London Flanagan will serve for the Rough Riders. Kohlmeyer stepping back to make the pass. Up front, Tollefson got around traffic. Coons was there. Coons will push deep with 2 hands. Kohlmeyer makes the play in the back row for Central. Euler gets blocked at the net. Big double team block up front. Avi Johnson and Maren Gothberg. We talked about the need for Red River to find a block on our American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You'll see Grand Forks Central coming right to their outside, and there was the block that formed up well for Grand Forks Red River. And with Gabby Useldinger out of the lineup, you need that block for Red River, and they found it. Kohlmeyer diving to make a pass on a ball in the middle of the floor, and Tollefson can't connect. So give Johnson a half a block on that play. Give Maren Gothberg her second block tonight. And the lead for Red River grows to 13-7 Rough Riders here in the second. Red River won the first by a set to none. A turn on the pass, that time coming from Mari Euler. Then an attack that goes long from Sydney Tollefson. And the lead will be up to 7 for the Rough Riders at 14-7 Red River. Red River's had big leads before. Central's been able to fight back. London Flanagan able to serve for Grand Forks Red River. Euler near side, tipping, so to speak. Picked up that time by Grube, and an attack from Avi Johnson will be her 4th kill tonight. I don't know if Central has a choice here. They've got to take the timeout, don't they? And yeah, they're going to call, actually it'll be the media stoppage. Media timeout that we have here in the second. 15-7, Grand Forks Red River leading by 8 in the second on our Ultra Scoreboard. Timeouts brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned and operated promotional shop, and brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region. We're back with more in a moment.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports. London Flanagan serving for Grand Forks Red River out of our media stoppage. 15-7. Rough Riders leading by 8 over the Knights in the second. They lead a set to none. Carson Grube, a set that she wasn't ready for, saves a play for Red River. Off the near side, Euler attacking. Flanagan went down to make that pass. Back to Grube, attacking, scoring. Found the back line for Grand Forks Red River. And all of a sudden, the Riders are starting to roll a little bit here. American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Carson Grube gets a hold of this and finds her path out to the outside pin. She's been good tonight for the Rough Riders out there, and connects and scores to make it a 16-7 lead for Grand Forks Red River. Central will get one back on a kill by Marley Euler, defeating a block attempt from the Rough Riders. Second kill tonight for Marley Euler of Grand Forks Central. Kiana Heminger will step into the matchup for Grand Forks Central. 16-8. Central down by 8 and down a set to none. Boy, it's crunch time if you're the Knights right now. London Flanagan stepping back. Kind of a tough play out of the back row, but Flanagan goes right through the middle and scores with no defense rallying around it. Third kill tonight for London Flanagan. 17-8, the lead is 9 for Grand Forks Red River here in the second. Riders starting to flex some muscle all of a sudden. Paige Anderson back into the front row for the Rough Riders. And Avi Johnson will step in to serve for Red River. Low to get to it that time. Euler able to make the pass, tipped back across. And the attack on the far side by Grube is sent back on a pass by Central. Free ball back to the right side. Attack finding and scoring for Paige Anderson. Anderson with her first. And Red River's now up by a 10-point margin at 18-8. So a big lead here for the Rough Riders in the second set. I'm surprised that Central hasn't used their timeouts tonight. Avi Johnson serving. Back row, Piper Severson able to make the play. Off to the right, Marley Euler attacking. Avi Johnson there in the back row. Flanagan will set to the outside. There's an attack. Good score for Paige Anderson. Her second. Lead is 11 for Grand Forks Red River at 19-8. And we'll see a change. Actually, no, we won't. Avi Johnson just stepping back to serve again. Hard line drive serve, tough play. Kohlmeyer making a save of this. Severson will send it across. Flanagan's there, set middle. Gothberg got blocked. It stays on the Red River side, then tipped across by Flanagan. Now it's Central trying to get to it. Free ball coming across from Piper Severson for the Knights. Back over to the left, big attack by Grube. Severson dug that up, big play for Piper Severson. Back set right side, tip down the sideline, scoring for Paige Anderson. She's got 3. The lead is 20-8 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. 12-point lead for the Rough Riders here in the second set. And Avi Johnson will step back to serve for Red River. Hard serve again, taken up by Piper Severson. Back set to the right side, Euler through traffic, and we've got net contact against the Rough Riders. I believe they got Maren Gothberg in the middle of the net. Lead will be cut to 11 at 12-9. And Julia Bybee comes back into the matchup for the Knights. And we'll see Marley Euler stepping back to serve for Grand Forks Central. Euler's serve taken back by Carson Grube making the pass. Now Grube attacking. Severson was able to make a play on the dig. Tough set that time, and the attack going to go long. Came off of the hands of Brooklyn Strom. A little funny. Surprised it wasn't hit for a double. The lead is 21-9. All of a sudden the lead just expands to 12 for Grand Forks Red River. Grube stepping back to serve. That one too long. Service error number 5 for Grand Forks Red River. And the lead is cut to 11 at 21-10. But Central back to serve again, trying to dig into a big Red River lead. Piper Severson serving. Flanagan got caught off guard. There's an ace. Piper Severson has her second tonight. 21-11, lead cut to 10. And a step back for Grand Forks Central. Piper Severson will serve again. Back row, London Flanagan backing up to make the pass. Set to Coons, goes deep down the sideline. Euler was able to make the play in the back row. Chipped across by Julia Bybee on a free ball, and it's long. And the Red River point will make it 22-11 Riders. The Red River crowd trying to get into the Central student body with the "We Can't Hear You" cheer. Meanwhile, Maren Gothberg will step back and serve for Red River. And the Central crowd has responded with "Let's play hockey." I love that one. An attack from J.C. Reardon. She'll score. Reardon with her 4th kill tonight. Lead cut to 10 at 22-12. There's always some great hangover from the previous season to the next one. It seems like the fall has its own characteristics, but when you get the "Let's play hockey" cheer, you're ready for Central and Red River to lace them up and get after it on the ice already, aren't you? And it's 9 days into September. Let's wait on that. Rowan Olmstead to serve for Grand Forks Central. A step back by Grube to get to this ball, comes back to the right pin. Chip across by Paige Anderson. Severson dug it up. Reardon waiting in the middle, has to tip. A reach to get to it for Red River's Paige Anderson, and Coons blocked, a blocking error. Coons will get the kill, her 6th. Blocking error by Central makes it 23-12. With the Knights down by 11 to Grand Forks Red River. We'll see Ryder stepping back with Jessica Johnson to do the serving. Severson making the pass. Olmstead will set. And the attack coming near side for Reardon. She'll get her 5th. J.C. Reardon had a chance to visit with her tonight in our pregame report. She was our Grand Forks Central player spotlight, and she's going to be a big part of what the Knights will need to be successful this year. And then some. She's going to have some big nights for Grand Forks Red River. London Flanagan will tip across the net for the Rough Riders. Up front, Reardon tipping as well. A big dive to cover by Coons. Avi Johnson sent it over. Kohlmeyer kept it alive. Euler from the outside pin will score. Marley Euler with her 3rd. 23-14 Central, back within 9. And Hallie Kohlmeyer will go back to do the serving for the Knights. And that'll be a service error number 6 tonight for Central. And it is set point for Grand Forks Red River times 10. And it'll be Lizzie Coons stepping back to serve. Tough pass from Severson, but run down by Olmstead. Euler from the attack line. And Coons' pass goes into the net. That'll be a point for Central. 24-15. The Knights turn away one set point. Sydney Tollefson will step back into the matchup. And we will see a step back for J.C. Reardon to do the serving for the Knights. Serve floats near the net, free ball, killed at the net by Tollefson. Sydney Tollefson will get a block. Lead cut to 8 at 24-16. But another chance for Red River times 8 here on set point, trying to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Serve on the way, service error, number 7 tonight for Central, and that will make it a 25-16 set for Grand Forks Red River. They lead 2-0 as we go to our intermission report tonight, brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your number 1 supplier of egg tires in the region, and brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. We'll take a look at a couple of the big plays from the second, get ready for the third. Coming up next in the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop proudly supports our local high school athletes on the field, the court, and beyond. Just like sports, adventure starts with the right gear. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
This is the KNOX Intermission Report, presented by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight. The Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network Intermission Report tonight brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Central down 2-0. Red River takes a commanding lead in the matchup, winning the second 25-16. Highlights from the second set tonight. Well, we talked about Red River needing to find a block in the absence of Gabby Usseldinger tonight. They find one in the second set. Double team effort there. Maren Gothberg getting into the act with Avi Johnson. At Red River later, finding Carson Grube again, who has 6 kills on the night. She's been good from the outside pin so far tonight for Grand Forks Red River. Carson Grube finds one there, and again, 6 on the night. She's on the leaderboard as the leader tonight. And Grand Forks Red River leads by a score of 2-0. 25-22, 25-16. And our intermission summary brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. During harvest, they don't want you to have downtime. Broken or twisted shafts, holes that need tightening, Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Give them a call, find them. 1812 Gateway Drive. And High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. Get the taste in, get the chemicals and nasty out of your water. High Plains Water will give you a system with no more scaly buildup. Cleaner laundry with less detergent, better tasting tap water, you'll drink more. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. We start the third with Central down 2-0, leading a jolt quickly. London Flanagan a pass and an attack from Carson Grube, and she's quickly becoming a leader for Grand Forks Red River. Grube gets the third set started with a big swing. 1-0 in favor of the Riders here in the third set. Each team looking for their first conference win of the year. The Riders have played a match in the conference. The Knights have not yet played a matchup in the conference until tonight. Tollefson's blocked, but blocked wide. And the point will go to Central. Try for the title tonight. Coming into the night, you can see Fargo Davies 2-0. West Fargo won a marathon over West Fargo Cheyenne, 3-2. No set was decided by more than 2 points. Central had not yet played in the conference, 2-7 coming into the night. Red River 0-1 in the league after a loss to Davies, but 5-2 in the overall campaign. Central attacking with J.C. Reardon. Pass from Carson Grube. Up front, Coons into a block, got through it and scores. Lizzie Coons with her 7th kill tonight. Had a nice start tonight, did Lizzie Coons. That time just taking on the block in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You'll see Lizzie Coons here coming in, top of her screen on the outside pin, went right after a double team block and had the confidence to hit into it. Makes it a 2-1 lead for Grand Forks Red River here in the third set. Reardon from the outside into the antenna. Point will go to Red River. And the Riders leading by a score of 3-1. Red River trying to make a short night of it here. We got started after 7 o'clock. Already 2 sets in, just a little after 8 o'clock tonight. Serve on the way from Red River's Chloe Groven, who had a stint back in the first set. Reardon swinging into a block, then covers the block, and Lizzie Coons sends it right back. 8 kills tonight for Lizzie Coons. And Coons gets another on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Lizzie Coons going to be a big one. You get the block there, it's sent back on a free ball, and she just eats up the free ball and sends it down for Grand Forks Red River. And it's now 4-1 in favor of the Rough Riders. An attack near side by Hallie Kohlmeyer will score. Kohlmeyer will pick up a kill tonight. That'll make it 4-2. Grand Forks Red River's lead cut down to 2. And we'll see Central making a change with Brooklyn Strom coming into the matchup. So Strom standing ready. And Strom serve on the way over. Passed very near the net, saved by Avi Johnson on a free ball. This will be set middle. Reardon attacking, found the far sideline. J.C. Reardon has had 6 tonight. That'll make it 4-3. Grand Forks Red River's lead trimmed to 1 here in the third set. Strom stepping back to serve again. Deep serve back row. Carson Grube able to get it. Back set to the right pin. The attack from Paige Johnson. Floats back. Johnson eats up a free ball. And Euler was there. Paige Anderson, my apologies. Kohlmeyer attacking for Central. Run down back row off the surface. Lizzie Kuhn sending it across. Euler digging it up. Play from the right side. Down for Chloe Groban. No. Let's see who we've got tonight. Number change? Well, they've got that for Johnson, but I don't believe that's a Johnson for Grand Forks Central. That looked like Claire Clemenson, who's a sophomore off the JV roster, because they don't have a number 1 on their varsity roster tonight. Save from Paige Anderson on a free ball here for Grand Forks Central. The Knights will attack with Hallie Kohlmeyer. That one goes wide. And the point will go to Red River, breaks a 4-4 tie. It's now 5-4 Riders. Yeah, number 1 on the floor for Central. They don't have her on the varsity roster. They have a Lilia Hartg on the JV roster, a 5'7" junior. That may be who it is. And in these circumstances, we'll go with that until proven otherwise. So we'll call that player Hartg. How does that sound? Serve on the way from Jessica Johnson for Grand Forks Red River. Hartg up front tipping. Good cover out of the back row and a tip by Coons, but a tip wide. Point to Central. And after 10 rallies of the third, matchup tied at 5. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Altru. Regular screenings with Altru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit altru.org. Call 780-5000. Coons attacking. Dug by Severson. Off to the outside. Euler got through a touch. Red River back with it. And a ball into the net off the hands of Lizzie Coons again. And Central has their first lead tonight. Or I should say interchanging leads and ties, but the first time having some space in the matchup this evening. Coons stepping into a pass. Set middle. Coons looking to fire off a deke from Flanagan, and Coons will score her 9th. Coons will tie it up at 6 apiece. Lizzie talking to us in the pregame spotlight tonight and telling us that had brothers that played hockey, that was her love. Didn't start playing volleyball until middle school. Here she serves up an ace. Coons with her first ace tonight to go with 9 kills. But she said she found the sport in middle school and has just enjoyed it ever since. And it's been a great, I guess, sport B or 1A or 1B for her. Hockey being the thing that she likes to do the most. That's typical of a Central kid or a Red River kid, right? Attack on the right side by Reardon, that will go long. Point goes to Red River. So you'll hear that a lot. I like this sport. I started playing hockey, found this sport along the way, wanted to keep playing it. 8-6, Red River on top by 2 in the third. They lead 2-0. 25-22, 25-16, the win so far tonight. Marley Euler will get up and pick up her 4th kill tonight. Marley Euler knocks down another, and after 15 rallies of the third, just a 1-point lead, 8-7. And we'll see J.C. Reardon stepping back, and it looks like Reardon is going to go back to the jump serve here. And Reardon gets a good toss out of this one. That's a good serve. Chloe Groban making the pass. Up front, Flanagan attacking and scoring. London Flanagan found some emptiness in the back row. Makes it 9-7. That's one of the things we were talking about, our keys to the game tonight. Brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. One of the things that Central had to do, extend rallies in the back row, and they've really struggled with that. Red River has had a lot of space to hit to in the back row tonight when they've had an opportunity to get a good pass. Here's an attack error coming from Hartg, and the point will go to Red River. Makes it 10-7 Rough Riders, but the back row had to form up tonight for Central, and it seems like Red River has had pretty good reads throughout the night, and they've been able to target, and that's not a game plan for Central. Here's a serve from Flanagan. That'll be an ace.
Ace for Flanagan.
Flanagan picks up an ace to go with a block and 4 kills tonight. 11-7, Grand Forks Red River leading by 4 in the set, leading 2-0. Flanagan serving, Kohlmeyer making the pass for Central. Out to the near side, play coming off from Tollefson. Flanagan dug it up, Grube on the attack. That'll get through and score. Carson Grube scoring again. Grube makes it 12-7. She has her 8th kill tonight. And Grube has been a factor in every set that Red River has played tonight. Flanagan serving again. Kohlmeyer backpedal down for an ace. American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency replay. It's just Carson Grube again on the outside. That's going to be a mainstay play. And once more, you see Grube not afraid to go after a block, take it on and try to get through it. Instead of tipping around it, moving around it, just taking on the block and scoring. Lead 6 for Red River at 13-7. Hartje attacking. That caught Red River's defense off guard. Hartje will pick up a kill. Rider lead cut to 5 at 13-8. Rowan Olmstead back in, and we'll see another new Knight tonight as well. That's a number 16. No clue on that one. The only 16 we see is on the C roster tonight, so we're at a mystery as to who that one's going to be for Grand Forks Central. Olmstead trying to dig up a ball. Kill from the outside by Avi Johnson. She's got 5. The lead is 6 for Red River, 14-8. And if Red River were to get to 15 here, we've got media stoppage coming up. Paige Anderson will step in to serve. And the serve actually will step into the front row for Red River. Avi Johnson serves. Severson from the attack line. Correction, Sydney Tollefson. Back out to Grube, the outside pin, blocked wide. Another kill for Carson Grube. That will give her 9. And that should take us to the media timeout. Media stoppage here in the third. Red River leading 15-8, up 2 sets to none in our matchup. Timeouts brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks and Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region. More volleyball coming up next on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Timeouts brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, #1 supplier of egg tires in the region. They're coming to you if you have tire issues throughout the harvest season. Timeouts brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks. Red River leading by 7, 15-8 in the crosstown battle between Red River and Central tonight. And Severson will put one into the net, rather Sydney Tollefson. Our coverage tonight brought to you by PS Garage Doors, your #1 supplier of garage doors in our region. Serving the area since 1974, the PS stands for Perfect Service at PS Garage Doors, bringing you our coverage here tonight. Rowan Olmstead can't run one down. A receiving error by the Knights, and the lead now to 9 at 17-8. Those of you that are with us, stay with us in our post-game report, as we will take a look through the highlights of tonight's matchup. So if you've missed some of the coverage, we'll take you back through the matchup tonight with our post-game summary and the highlights in our post-game show. Coming up tonight after a brief break, right after the matchup comes to a conclusion. But stay with us for the post-game highlights tonight. Up front, Tollefson attacking. We've got net contact somewhere. And they're going to get Maren Gothberg. Point will go to Central. Makes it 17-9. The lead is 8 for Grand Forks Red River here in the third. And Paige Anderson, not Paige Anderson. Marley Euler will step back to serve for Grand Forks Central. Ball in the middle of the net, Gothberg pushing deep. Rowan Olmstead was there. Severson sends it up front. And a pitch across coming from the Knights. Grube from the outside pin will score. And Carson Grube makes it 10 kills tonight. 10 for Grube, 9 for Coons for Grand Forks Red River, and that is a good recipe for success any night for Red River. And with the return of Gabby Useldinger at some point for the Rough Riders at 6'3" up front, they'll have some weapons up front. That's why they had a good run out in the crossover in Bismarck. From the attack line here, it's Anderson sending one across for Red River. Euler in the back row up to Kohlmeyer on the attack line. Flanagan making first contact with it. Towards the far side, Coons pushing it over. A run down out of the back row by Euler. Up front, Tollefson too strong. Point to Red River. 19-9. The Rough Riders on top. And we'll see a change here from Red River as they will send Lauren Endres back into the back row. She's going to come on and serve, I believe, for Avi Johnson here. Nope, Carson Groove. She'll come on for Groove. So Endres will come into the matchup. Endres will step back and serve. Deep serve, tough play to get back for Piper Severson. Kohlmeyer with her back to the net, sends over a free ball. Gothberg tried to push up front for a pass, ended up sending it over the net. Kohlmeyer again from the attack line. Avi Johnson digs it up. Out to Coons, deep, too deep. Error by Red River. We'll see the Rough Riders again coming up next week when Fargo North comes to town to take on the Rough Riders in EDC volleyball. That'll be on Tuesday next week. Join us for that. London Flanagan making the pass here. Coons attacking. A dive out of the back row to get to it for Euler. Kohlmeyer up on the attack line. That will score. Hallie Kohlmeyer with a couple of kills. Lead cut to 8 at 19-11. Red River here in the third. They took the first, 25-22. The second, 25-16. Lizzie Coons there. Popped across the net by Avi Johnson on second contact for a save. J.C. Reardon dug out of the back row by Endres, but Reardon will get another kill. Reardon with 7 tonight. Take a look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and you'll see J.C. Reardon getting one more chance to swing. She's going to have a nice season. She continues to get some plays that she can deal with, and Grand Forks Central finds a way to get to the ball. Reardon tonight, 7 kills and a tough night for the Central offense. And Red River struggling to receive here. Point will go to Central, and the Rider lead has been checked to 6 at 19-13 here in the third. Carolyn Olson up again, talking to the right side of her receive team. Meanwhile, Piper Severson will step back and serve. Flanagan a pass. The Riders have struggled to pass at times tonight. Endres sending one over. Euler out of the back row gets to it. Reardon waiting, scoring again. Reardon now with 8 for Central. Lead cut to 5 at 19-14. So the Knights trying to stiffen. Red River not taking a time. We have not seen a single timeout by either team tonight. That is amazing in the sport of volleyball. Endres making a pass. Up front, Coons taking on a block and scoring. And that will give Lizzie Coons double figures with 10 tonight. And Red River gets to the red zone of sorts. Now at 20-14, Riders on top. And we'll see a step back for Maren Gothberg. Ready to do the serving for Red River. That's an ace. Make it 21-14. Vegan Construction match look-in brought to you by Vegan Construction. Designers, builders, engineers for nearly a century in the Grand Forks area. 10 kills tonight for Lizzie Coons, 10 for Carson Grube. A big night for Red River offensively. Riders push the lead out to 9 on another ace. And we'll see a timeout taken by Grand Forks Central. So the Knights will call for timeout. Down 22-14 in the matchup and down 2 sets to none. Timeout for Apex Apparel and Big Jim's Tire. This is our coverage of high school volleyball on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight. Service error by Marin Gothberg. And by the way, my hockey broadcast partner, Ryan Kuntz, just letting me know that we've said that name wrong all night tonight. I was almost positive I heard Marin when I was talking with Coach Olson about the lineup tonight, but it's possible I misheard her. My ears are just not what they used to be. My apologies, folks. Marin Gothberg, service error. And my apologies to Marin. We get your name right when you make an error. My bad. Sorry about that. Lead is 7. London Flanagan attacking for Red River. Stays in the back row, and Euler can't get there. And it'll be 23-15 Grand Forks Red River. Rough Riders with 10 from Lizzie Coons, 10 from Carson Grube tonight. And by the way, closed circuit to Ryan Kuntz. We need you, okay? You need to get here, right? You can do 2 sports throughout the season. It's allowed. I'm kidding, Ryan. We'll see you when the ice comes around, I promise. I know you're busy up front. Little tip from Harchie here for Grand Forks Central. Riders getting back to it from the outside. Johnson actually from the right side. And Johnson's blocked, tries to save her own and sends it wide. And the Knights are back within 7 at 23-16 here in the third. Volleyball coming up on Thursday night from Central High. Cheyenne and Central. West Fargo Cheyenne comes down. We'll see Cora Metcalf, one of just the all-star players in the EDC for Cheyenne that night. London Flanagan sending one over. Severson running it down. Up front, J.C. Reardon tipping. Long run to get there for Lizzie Coons. On the attack line, sent back over by Lauren Endress for Red River. Off to the near side, getting through, but hitting the antenna, I believe will be Marla Euler. That'll be the call. Point will go to Red River, and it's match point. Again, highlights from the matchup coming up after a brief break. We'll take a break going into our post-game report. We'll bring you the highlights of tonight's matchup, our player awards, all coming up. Lizzie Coons will serve an ace at the end of the night. Lizzie Coons will finish it with an ace to go with 10 kills this evening, and the Riders will win it with the score they had in the second. Final score tonight, Red River 3, Central nothing. 25-22, 25-16, 25-16. Our post-game report, highlights are up first. They're up after a brief timeout. This is our coverage of high school volleyball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network at KNOX Live Sports.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our number one.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job. If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
This is the KNOX Postgame Show. Brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop and Spray Advantage.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school volleyball tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports tonight from Red River High School, where the Rough Riders have defeated the Knights this evening. 3 sets to none, 25-22, 25-16, and 25-16. Post-game report this evening brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop. Quality products in Grand Forks, including Trek Bikes, the Ski and Bike Shop, getting ready to get you moving any season of the year. And brought to you tonight by Spray Advantage, everything you need for spraying and application on your farm. The difference between Spray Advantage and their competitors, Spray Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, and seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come. Well, tonight, this was a matchup of some teams that were going to have to do some things a little bit differently. We mentioned Grand Forks Red River's Gabby Useldinger out of the matchup. Riders had to try to find a block that they were going to be without tonight. For Central, some players settling into some perhaps unfamiliar roles out there. They tried to get J.C. Reardon rolling, and she rolled throughout the course tonight. But as this one turns out, Grand Forks Red River just one too many weapons, or a few too many weapons in this one tonight for the Knights to deal with. And Grand Forks Central is beaten tonight by a final score of 3-0. Let's take you through the highlights that we had in this matchup for tonight. We'll take you back to the opening set in this one tonight. Lizzie Coons going to be a factor to get things started tonight. You knew it. There she was, making a big read to the back row. Central struggled to form up their back row tonight. Riders getting on a run early, but we would see a return coming up for J.C. Reardon, this time from the outside. She went outside and middle tonight. That powered a Grand Forks Red River comeback in that one. Carson Group, though, towards the end of the set began a night where she'd get to double-figure kills. Set one goes to Red River competitively, 25-22. We move our way to the second. Red River looking for that block against Grand Forks Central with Gabby Useldinger out of the lineup. There's a double team between Avi Johnson and Marin Gothberg. They got a block going there. And then later in the second set, it was Carson Group again on her way to that double-figure night, going right back to the outside pin for Grand Forks Red River. Knock it down. Red River taking a 2-0 lead. We make our way into the third tonight. More Lizzie Coons, who also had double figures coming up tonight. This one just comes back on a free ball, and she smashes it towards the middle of the floor. And if it wasn't Lizzie Coons tonight, it was Carson Groove getting things done tonight for Grand Forks Red River. As Carson Groove comes up with a big play here. Reardon on the attack. Good pass. Actually, that was Reardon getting back into the swing of things. We'll leave it there on our replays for tonight, as J.C. Reardon getting a nice play there at the end of the night for Grand Forks Central. And the Knights get one back. Reardon had a nice night, 8 kills on the evening, but it's Red River 3-0 tonight, 25-22, 25-16, and 25-16. Post-game report continues, brought to you this evening by Spray Advantage and Ski and Bike Shop. Come back with our player awards coming up next. Stay with us.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades, or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
This is the KNOX Postgame Show, brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop and Spray Advantage.
Welcome back to our coverage of Grand Forks Red River Rough Rider Volleyball, Grand Forks Central Knights Volleyball tonight as well, as the Rough Riders get a big win tonight by a final score of 3-0, 25-22, 25-16, 25-16. Post-game report continues tonight, brought to you by Spray Advantage and the Ski and Bike Shop. Spray Advantage, Everything you need for spraying and application on your farm. The difference between Spray Advantage and their competitors is that Spray Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders, 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas, and the Ski and Bike Shop, quality products to get you moving any season at the Ski and Bike Shop. Skis, bikes, they've got Trek bikes, the best ones that are out there. You'll find some great inventory at the Ski and Bike Shop. Tonight, Grand Forks Central wins it, Red River wins it by a score of 3-0, 25-22, 25-16, and 25-16. Leaders tonight, Lizzie Coons, 10 kills, 2 aces. Carson Grube, 10 kills for Red River. They got 4 kills, a block, and an assist, or rather an ace from London Flanagan. 5 kills, a block, and an ace from Avi Johnson tonight. For Central, J.C. Richter, 7 kills, a pair of aces this evening. Marley Euler, 4 kills and an ace tonight as well. Julia Bybee, Sydney Tollefson, each with 2 kills apiece. Let's take a look at our post-game awards that we have for you here this evening, and we'll start with a look at our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game tonight, and it's brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for painless shopping. If it's time for a new garage door, then it's time for PS Garage Doors. 772-door, that's 772-door. They'll take you through the inventory that they have, the models that they can offer in their warehouse. It's painless shopping right on the other side of the I-29 overpass on Demers, 4733 Demers in the industrial park. They have you covered at PS Garage Doors. Again, call 772-door. That's 772-door for PS Garage Doors. Our player of the game tonight, that'll be Carson Grube tonight for Grand Forks Red River. And when Red River needed some things to start going their way, they found her, Carson Grube, a big play early in that first set to start things moving back in the right direction after Central had made a comeback. And then in the second set, as the Riders were powering up a big lead, there's Carson Grube again on the outside. She was steady Eddie from the outside tonight for Grand Forks Red River. And so our Player of the Game award tonight, brought to you again by PS Garage Doors, will be Carson Grube this evening. And again, our Player of the Game award brought to you tonight by PS Garage Doors. Our Finest Cover of the Game Defensive Award brought to you tonight by Finest Auto Trim, where again they say big or small, they can cover it all. Finest Auto Trim specializes in recovering vehicle and boat seats. If you've got a vehicle that's had some seats beat up, those of you that are in agriculture, the implements that you're harvesting in right now, combines, tractors, all of that, if your seats aren't giving you the support you need, then you need Finest Auto Trim. Find them at 2201 Demers. That's 2201 Demers for Finest Auto Trim, big or small. They cover it all. A little team-up effort tonight on the Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game this evening. That's going to go out to the team-up effort of Avi Johnson and Maren Gothberg. And again, one of the big challenges for Red River tonight, find that block with Gabby Useldinger out of the lineup. They find it here. Big tone in the second set here. The double team of Johnson and Gothberg coming together for a nice block up front. And that's a big cover tonight for Grand Forks Red River on the defensive side. And our Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game tonight will go to Avi Johnson and Maren Gothberg. Gothberg, by the way, had 2 blocks to lead the way tonight for Grand Forks Red River as far as the blocking category is concerned. And that is your Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the game. We've got one final break to take. We'll come back and wrap things up with a look ahead and also run you through our Northland Community and Technical College Points Against Hunger statement for tonight before we wrap things up. So stay with us. We'll tell you more about what's coming up next as we continue our post-game report from Red River High School. The Riders defeat Central tonight 3-0 on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens. At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Well, there apparently is no time to waste tonight. They're moving us out of the gym fast. You can see they've already turned the lights out. They break this thing down in a hurry tonight. Thank you for joining us for our post-game report this evening as Grand Forks Central is beaten by Grand Forks Red River tonight by a final score of 3-0. Post-game report brought to you tonight by Spring Advantage and the Ski and Bike Shop. Throughout the course of the season, we're teaming up with Northland Community and Technical College to fight hunger in our area. Northland Community and Technical College does a wonderful job with us at making sure that we combat hunger in the region with what we call points against hunger. And throughout the course of the season, as our teams score or our individuals score in various ways, money is raised from Northland Community and Technical College. They make a donation to the Pioneer Food Pantry in East Grand Forks to help fight hunger tonight. Leading killer on the floor tonight was a tie between Lizzie Coons and Carson Grube for Grand Forks Red River. They each had 10. And so tonight, $10 will be raised. A $10 donation will be made by Northland Community and Technical College to Pioneer Food Pantry in East Grand Forks. When it's time for you to start that liberal arts career, it's time for you to look at Northland Community and Technical College. Get a start in a number of great career fields without the high price tag of some of the area colleges that you'll run into. Northland Community and Technical College is waiting for you in East Grand Forks, and they bring you our Points Against Hunger all throughout the course of the season. We thank them so much for doing that for us coming up here this season. Final score tonight, Grand Forks Red River wins this one 3-0 over Grand Forks Central. We'll see you Thursday night when the Knights are at home to take on West Fargo Cheyenne. We'll have that for you coming up with a 7 o'clock projected start at Grand Forks Central High School. Projected pregame around 6:30. Coach's conversation and a player spotlight as well. And on Friday, it's football. 6 o'clock kickoff. Remember that when we're at home nowadays, 6 o'clock kickoffs. It'll be Dickinson coming to town to take on Grand Forks Central. Central currently ranked 3rd in the AA football rankings. That'll do it for our coverage tonight. Thanks to everybody for joining us all throughout the course of the region as Red River defeats Central tonight by a final score of 3-0. This has been our coverage of high school volleyball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.